There you go. Hello, Facebook. I'm live today talking about what it takes to own a business. If anybody has any questions, this is our first time doing this on Tuesdays between the hours of Thursday, between the hours of 2:30, 3:30. We're going to go live every week, and we're going to answer questions. If you have them, you can present them to me. If I can answer them, I will. If I can't, I'll look it up and get back to you next week. If you want, you can drop a message in the comment section after this is done. If it's relating to getting a business started, resources, how to get your name out there, how to organize your thoughts, really anything that relates to the beginning stages of starting a business, ask me. I'll do everything I can to get you an answer. So what I'm going to do now is just talk about what it takes to own a business. You want to really ask yourself, are you a self-starter? You also want to know, how well do you deal with adversity? A lot of people, they think, I want to start a business, so they just start a business. They either get an LLC, come up with a cool name, and get a website, maybe with freelance or another service. And they believe they have a business, but in actuality, you just have an idea that has a website and a cool name. Starting a business goes a lot further than just having a name and what you think is a product. You have to test the market, see if it's something the market actually wants, and it's best to do proof of concept before you ever get started with the product or service. You don't want to throw a lot of money into a barrel or into a trash can and never get it back. So with business ownership, there are a lot of things to think about. What type of business will you start? Incorporating, will it be an LLC? Would it be a FLP? Would it be an LLP? Would it be, if you have an LLC, will you file as a subchapter S, or won't you? If you start a corporation, will you go S Corp or C Corp? You need to know the difference between the two, why you would start an S Corp versus a C Corp. For things like that, Beverly Winstead is an attorney I work with. She does tax law and IRS litigation. You can visit her page. I'll put a post up with her information there. She can help you really work out the type of corporations you start. Whatever you do, you want to have a team. I always say, when you start a business, when you get started in anything, you want to have a team. So who's on your team? What positions do they play? And how do they help balance you out? Try to find wherever your business is fragmented, or your mindset, because your mindset is very important when you start a company, because it's hard. It's mentally grueling. And the time it takes to launch from idea to actually fruition, for some can be weeks, for others it can be years. Some people just always have a thought and they'll take it to the grave with them. We're here to make sure as many people as possible have a means to actually get it to fruition. So ask yourself, are you a self-starter? Are you organized? Do you know what systems to use? Again, who's on your team? David Curry, he actually has agentcurry.com. I believe that website's set up now. He's a CTO for hire. So he helps companies understand what technology they need and how it's going to be integrated into their business to help their businesses run more efficiently. That he's on my team. He helps me with that. Who's on your team? Who's going to help you become a more efficient self-starter? Are your friends involved? Are you inside of a community? If you're in a community, who in that community can serve what positions? Are you going to create a board of advisors or an advisory board? All these things play into whether you're a self-starter or not, because there are times when you think you know the direction to go in, but it really will help if you have someone to just guide you who's already been through the ups and downs through that time period to get you to the end to get started. You also want to know, ask yourself, these are questions to ask yourself. How well do you deal with adversity? Business is going to have a lot of challenges, a lot of moments where you probably feel like, throwing in the towel, not moving forward, or even selling the business before it gets started, or just closing shop and just going to sleep, taking a nap is definitely rough. So are you a person that can deal with multiple personalities? In business, you have to talk to business owners, young, old. You'll have to talk to people of different nationalities, different races. You have to deal with people who have different philosophies on money. as much as possible, you want to match up your business beliefs with those that you work with, but it's almost impossible to do all the time for each product or service that you have. So in general, you just want to see what makes sense to you in regards to morals, values, work ethic of the people that you hire, bring on with you, or partner with. So those are 3 things that you can look at. Right, that would be the 3rd one. How well you get along with others. How well you get along with others also bleeds directly into your strategic partnerships. Starting a business is expensive depending on the type of business that you have. You can leverage partnerships to reduce your costs, reduce the time to market, and get a more strategic position within that industry or within that community that helps you build a name, vet your products and services from those who are established, your actual strategic partners. How you form strategic partners directly correlates into how you get along with others. You have to be able to do that well. And if you don't, you need to find somebody who does and bring them onto the team early. First impressions are a lot. I mean, it will get you further than what you may think right now. When you get on the phone with somebody, are you aggressive? Are you passive? Do you tend to take the submissive road because you feel like you're new to business, so you don't want to be too aggressive? Are you overly aggressive? These are very real questions you have to ask yourself before you get on the phone, while you're on the phone, and then evaluate what you did when you get off the phone. So that's it for today. I'll leave it at these things. Do you have what it takes to be a business owner? Are you a self-starter? How well do you deal with adversity? And how well do you get along with others? And be sure that when thinking about it, you think about what your team looks like. Next week, we're going to go into some of the decision-making pieces, and we also talk about the physical and emotional stamina needed to actually run a business. I may have someone who's going to come in and speak. Not sure. I'm going to work on it. Talk to you later. Bye.